Yay! All right, so we're talking about Tiwa Savage and Teebillz. Teebillz is ex of Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage is arguably the biggest female artist that Nigeria music industry has ever seen in history. Anybody have any argument against that? I think he is. I think she is rather, right? But Tiwa Savage is is highly respected. As a matter of fact, wife and I, for our anniversary, we went to see Tiwa Savage at the Apollo Theaters. That was on August 25, something like that. Yeah, so we went to see Tiwa Tokpe Omolara Savage. Orúkọ ńlá. Those are Lagos people's names, sha. Lagos Island people. Tiwa is 43 years old now. Wow, we're the same age. Interesting. She's an actress too. When is this acting instead of music videos? I didn't know she was acting too. Well, she's considered the queen of Afrobeats by most people. I don't know if anybody would argue with that. But while we're talking about them today, again, good news. It's good news. I want to mix it up with good news. The bad news stuff, divorce, separation. Thank God, the babyface stuff we just covered. It wasn't so bad, but it's still bad news, But yes, hit that like button, hit that like button. We're talking about Tiwa Savage. Hit that like button. Natu says, yes, she is. So our own Beyonce. She acted in Sugar. She did. Hey, keepers. Anyway, so let's do this. Let's do this. There's a text here from Instablog Nigeria that I wanted to cover really quickly. Again, I want to showcase good examples. Good examples are never perfect. All right. Some years back, Teebillz had a very bad episode. Right. Teebillz had Teebillz, I think his last name is Balogun. He was basically partly responsible for helping Tiwa Savage blow up to become the Beyonce of Afrobeats, right? And he was responsible for that. I can't take that away from him because he was the manager, he was behind the scenes, at least as a husband. I think they got married at some point. They got married, they had like a whole big societal wedding too, right? At that time. So some people will even say, "Why I didn't know this guy." I was like, I didn't know this guy because in the late 2000s or mid 2000s, late 2000s, when we were running around trying to do music industry and all that kind of stuff, we probably had mutual friends, but I didn't know him, But I got to know him after he almost committed the ultimate. He was about to jump into the lagoon, and then some people saved him. And shout out to the catalyst. Olushola is one guy that I respect as one of the well-balanced coaches and therapists in Nigeria. I forgot his real name. Something Olushola, Catalyst Olushola or something like that. He was helping him at the time. Okay, so I think this was 2018. All right, I'm looking at a headline: Nigeria Vanguard, 2018. Popular Nigerian singer Tiwa Savage has allegedly filed for divorce from her estranged husband Tunji Balogun. That's his name. According to media reports, all attempts by the couple to resolve their differences have failed, and Tiwa has decided to formally call it quits, citing unsolvable issues as the reason, irreconcilable differences, as the reason for the decision. Well, the truth is that the issues were deep. At that time, Tiwa also accused him of, doing this nutting thing, and then, it was basically dealing with a lot mentally, and he tried to end it all at the time. And then I think he put his wife at the time, ex-wife Tiwa Savage, on blast on social media. He was jealous. Said some people were trying to. He just dealing with a lot. He didn't feel secure in the relationship. I'm continuing the article from about 5 years ago, 2018, right now on So they had a crisis of about 2000. I think the crisis actually started in 2016, and then the divorce finalized in 2018. So, however, Tiwa, aka Maven Record First Lady, that was at the time, is yet to confirm nor deny the divorce issue. The embattled couple have not been together since their marital crisis in 2016. Teebillz made their marital issues public as he wanted to commit the big S word by attempting to jump into the third mainland, the bridge in Lagos. The duo then engaged in war of words on the social media as Teebillz alleged infidelity among other accusations on the part of his estranged wife. So he was cheating, according to Tiwa. Tiwa, who shares a song with Teebillz, in turn granted a 45-minute video interview. Yep, I remember that video interview where she spilled everything to debunk the accusations. However, fans and industry watchers had assumed all was now well with the couple when many of their friends, colleagues, and family members intervened, urging them to reconcile their differences. Okay, Lanre Olushola, that's his name. Teebillz had to testify on social media that all was now well with him. After he went through rehabilitation, I think he moved back to the United States, and then he went through a rehabilitation in the hand of seasoned lifestyle coach Lanre Olushola. I think Lanre Olushola is arguably my favorite in Nigeria, honestly. Yes, even above Pastor K. Okay. Let's see. The way I handle things now is completely different from how I acted in the past. This is Teebillz talking. I do better now because I know better. I'll talk a second. And if I had gone through the experience before now, it probably would have made sense to me it probably wouldn't have made sense to me. See, frame of reference. If he had gone through the experience, the lifestyle coach thing, it wouldn't have made sense to him. Again, some people need to hit rock bottom before anything makes sense to them. So I know I say coconut head all the time, but really it's just the nature of human beings. If you don't hit rock bottom, whatever that means to you is different from people to people. You're not capable of hearing what they're talking about. You can't relate. You can't comprehend whatever a catalyst coach is talking about. It's strange, right? Until I go through some challenging situations, but I thank God that I have been able to overcome all those through the guidance of my coach. Savage was featured on Solar Plexus. Okay, these are some of her work. Anyway, he's always had some statements. I follow him on Instagram that are well balanced. Since then, it seems like he's gotten himself together. He has other kids from previous relationship. His kids are grown, as a matter of fact. I'm talking potentially 20 years old or somewhere around that. Some people have been having babies for a long time, right? Until recently, when he decided to put his mouth inside of the Mohbad issue, and I think it was even Dr. that said, my G, you have to stay this one out or something like that. And then he came back to apologize. Again, it seems like somebody who is in a better space, But he made this statement, and Omoriwu, I was happy to see it. Because people struggle with this. As simple as it seems, it's extremely hard when people have collected shege from somebody they used to love. Okay? When they have collected woto, either figuratively speaking or for real, right? When they have been through, it's just hard. Right? It gets very hard because they can't, like Babyface said, they can't get past a pain. They can't get past a pain. So, very, very important to note there. So, but he's been doing a lot better. So he put this out. They said, when I see what other men goes through, I can't help but count my blessings. All right. This is loaded. Okay. Let me finish reading it. He says, I can't count my blessings. Forever grateful to Mama J. That's Mama Jam Jam, right? As they call her. That's Tiwa Savage. For making my relationship so soft with love. Even when I can't afford, she still presents me as a Superman to my twin. Being a single mom is heck of a job. Grateful and blessed. Highly appreciative. Titi, is that her name? Is she called Titi too? I'm not sure, you know. But yes, I'm very, very happy to see this kind of stuff because, again, it's hard. But when I show you examples of it, it's possible. It doesn't always mean that, I think they were married for 5 years. It doesn't always mean that you will be with that person. But it actually increases the chances if that's what you want. Being able to bring yourself to a space of humility. Humility is hard, right? Listen, you've achieved something. At least you woke up today. The fact that you woke up today, there's a natural urge to run your mouth because you know one or two things, right? How much more if you've made some money today? How much more if you're a 6-figure earner or a 7-figure earner? I be you're a doctor, a medical something, or a lawyer. I be you're a 20-year something somewhere, right? The arrogance is not something you decide to do. I'm talking about unmanaged pride now, okay? It's not necessarily stuff you decide to do. It just comes. You just find yourself in it. Oh, sorry, you actually don't realize you're already in it, right? So when somebody make a statement like this, I have to appreciate it, right? But think about this part. He said, I can't help but count my blessings. There's an intentional act. There's an intentional act of counting your blessings. Another thing that's very hard to do is count your blessings. Gratitude. You tend to naturally see the things that are not enough, right? You see glass half glass empty as opposed to, it's the same thing as half glass full, right? What's the difference? Is there a difference? They help you determine your next best move, right? If you see it as half glass empty, you're gonna complain. If you see it as half glass full, you basically just, you say, I'm grateful you do what Tunji is doing. Shout out to Tunji. Nati says, Tiwa talked about her blowing up and she did give him his flowers in one interview. That's awesome, right? We don't see that. Those don't make the news unless you follow them closely, right? So that's why I'm bringing them to the light. As we talk about divorce, separation, we'll talk about people that have gone through the inevitable, either divorce, separation, or actually married. Just because somebody's been married for 16, 25 years doesn't mean they haven't seen their own shege. They just managed to get through something to the other side, right? So either it's divorce, separation, complicated marriage. You will be required to get through that pain. And a lot of people get stuck, right? They get stuck, So I'm really, really appreciative of this type of statement. Count my blessings as an act. It's something you have to do, right? It doesn't come natural. You're not going to fall out of the skies into I count my blessings. I'm a perfect human being. There's no such thing. Irony, lori. Anyway, forever grateful to Mama Jam, gratitude, for making my relationship so soft with love. Even when I can't afford. It takes humility as a man to say sometimes I can't afford. What is the big deal? I know you said, what is the big deal? I know. Leave that thing. Leave that thing. Just understand that when somebody does it, give them their flowers. Just appreciate it. You know why? Forget that you humble yourself to do that, because you have to humble yourself to appreciate what might seem like bare minimum. That's bare minimum. You're supposed to. Oh, well, good. Humble yourself and appreciate it. You know what? It makes them want to do more. Right? This is true across the board. All your relationship, don't be the first to say there's bare minimum. Why are we praising them for that? It's arrogance. It's pride that crept upon you. That's why you're saying that. No, it's not a crime. It's just what it is. Right? You're not guilty. Okay? In fact, you might be right all along to be saying that. Maybe you might just know what you're saying, right? I know you know what you're talking about, right? You're right. But nonetheless, we must appreciate this because this is where majority of people need to be gravitating towards. It's not about anything perfect. It's about what the card you've been dealt today. Do you know how to appreciate it? Appreciate, not say thank you. Appreciate is not always the same thing as saying thank you. It's just to see the value in it. That's all I'm saying. Just to see the value in the cards you're dealt today is what we're talking about. Okay? She still presents me as a Superman to my twin, which is kudos to Tiwa for that. That is a big deal. That is a big deal, right? That doesn't mean, well, this guy was good to me or anything like that. Yeah, but it's important that the son sees him as a Superman. Overall. Okay? Let me see, my brother here just gave me $5. Mr. Ben, thank you so much. I appreciate you for demonstrating to us that God has blessed all of us. Oh, what now? Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. She still presents me as a Superman to my twin. Being a single mom is a heck of a joy. He's also seen beyond, as a natural man, it's like, what's the big deal? If you're a mother, just be a mother. He's now saying, you know what? No, that you know what? It's a lot of work, right? It doesn't matter how much coconut head Tiwa has. When she sees this message, right, her head will swell. The same swelling that happened when Nigerian Yoruba people start spraying, especially Igbo people, when they throw the money like this, just because you mentioned their name, because you are singing a song that everybody already know. You just mentioned their name. That's all you did. And the next thing they just said, I beg, give me change. $1. 100. Give me 100. They don't do it. It's minimum 100 now if you want to change money now at parties, right? Did you know that? It's minimum 100 though. They won't change it to you, or they will charge you $10. If you want to change 90, they will give you 18 singles. It happens to me. I'm like, ha! Anyway, you ask me, why am I changing anything less than 100 anyway? Good question, because I'm bigger. Anyway, 100. You call my name? See where, right? It's the human mind. It's the way it works. Don't argue with it. Just understand it and use it in your favor. Too much argument. So I wanted to do this to give flowers to both Tiwa and Tunji, because they're not gonna highlight this anywhere else. They won't. Okay. I mean, they will, because Tiwa is huge. I think it made the news last week. Obviously, it's on Instablog Nigeria, but typically the audience, they're not paying attention to that. They're not. Let me read one comment from here. Somebody says he's not even talking about her taking the bills up only. Is that she's covering him and making him appear to be a great father in the eyes of his son. It's not easy for a woman to forgive a man who hurt her and not be vindictive. Kudos to Tiwa. Exactly. I think that's good stuff. All right, that's good stuff. Anyway, let's move on with today's story. I will be right back.